The Battle of Gingindlovu was fought on 2 April 1879 between a British relief column sent to break the siege of Esso and a Zulu Empire of King Cetshwayo. Prelude. Charles Pearson had led the No. 1 column of the British invasion force across the Tugela River with the intention of creating an advanced base at Esso. This they did, but found themselves besieged in the hastily constructed base, at a deserted Norwegian mission station. A relief column was organised, and under the leadership of Lord Chelmsford it departed Fort Tenedos on 29 March to Pearson's relief. The column composed 3,390 Europeans and 2,280 Africans, and a range of artillery, including 2 9-pounders, 4 24-pounder rocket tubes and 2 Gatling guns. The progress was slow, as Chelmsford took a roundabout route to avoid ambush in the close country Pearson had previously passed through. In addition, the rivers they had to traverse were swollen by heavy rains, and fearing a repeat of Gingindlovu, Chelmsford ensured his men spent much time lagering and entrenching their camp at the end of each day. Despite this slow progress, Pearson's observers at Esso could see the relief column lagering on the south bank of the Inyesna on the evening of 1 April. The lager was sighted on a 300-foot ridge running roughly west-east. West of the ridge, the ground dipped, only to rise again to the 470-foot Umasi Hill. The ground sloped away in all directions, allowing a good field of fire. A trench surrounded a waist-high wall of earth, which itself encompassed 120 wagons, formed a square with sides of 130 yards in length. While these defenses were being constructed, a scout returned in the evening bearing news of Zulus massing on the far side of Umasi Hill. A second scouting party reported no forces there, but that an impi was camped to the northwest of the lager. While the scouts could not assess the Zulu strength because of the darkness, this impi was in fact composed of 12,000 warriors, all of whom had been at Gingindlovu. The impi had been ordered to ambush the relief column, and thwarted by Chelmsford already. This was their final chance to stop the column before it reached Esso. The night passed with no attack. The battle. At daybreak on 2 April 1879, the morning sun revealed a muddy and sodden ground and a heavy mist. Chelmsford could not move his wagons until the ground dried out, and so sent out the native contingent to provoke the Zulus into an attack while he held a strong position. Once the mist lifted, the left horn of the impi was seen advancing eastwards over the river towards the British lager before disappearing into tall grass. A long burst of fire from one of the Gatling guns saw the warriors disappear into the long grass. When the left horn re-emerged, it had joined the rest of the impi, and the left horn, chest and right horn were advancing over Umasi Hill. The whole charging buffalo formation came in it a run on the three sides of the lager. This was the scenario Chelmsford had planned for. At a range of between 300 and 400 yards, the British infantry opened fire, supported by the Gatling guns and rockets. Zulu marksmen caused a few casualties within the lager, but the defenders kept the Zulus at bay and Chelmsford's defense was working, though the Zulu regiments made persistent rushes to get within stabbing range. Their charges lacked the drive and spirit that had pushed them forward at the Battle of Gingindlovu and Rorke's Drift. The only Zulu to reach the lager was a 10-year-old boy, who was taken prisoner by members of the Naval Brigade and later served as a kind of mascot on their ship, HMS Boadicea. After 20 minutes, the Zulu Empire began to crumble away. Seeing this, Chelmsford ordered pursuit by the mounted troops and the native contingent. Large numbers of Zulu warriors were killed in this chase. By 7:30, the Zulus had fled and the grim task of killing Zulu wounded was undertaken. Around the lager itself, 700 Zulu bodies were counted and 300 more were killed in the mounted chase of the retreating warriors. The British took 11 dead, including a lieutenant colonel, and 48 wounded. Aftermath. The battle restored Chelmsford's confidence in his army and their ability to defeat Zulu attacks. With the last resistance between Chelmsford and Pearson's columns removed, he was able to advance and relieve Esso. Bibliography. Barthorpe, Michael. The Zulu War. Isandlwana Lundi. Weidenfeld and Nicholson. ISBN 0-304-36270-0. Brooks, Edgar H. Webb, Colander B. A History of Natal. Brooklyn. University of Natal Press. ISBN 0-86980-579-7. Colenso, Francis E. History of the Zulu War and its Origin. Assisted by Edward Durnford. London. Chapman and Hall. David, Saul. The Forgotten Battles of the Zulu War. BBC History Magazine 10. pp. 26-33. David, Saul. Zulu. The Heroism and Tragedy of the Zulu War of 1879. Penguin Books. ISBN 0-14-101569-1. Gump, James O. The Dust Rose Like Smoke. The Subjugation of the Zulu and the Sioux. Bison Books. ISBN 0-8032-7059-3. Laband, John. Historical Dictionary of the Zulu Wars. Scarecrow Press. ISBN 0-8108-6078-3. Laband, John. Knight, Ian. The Anglo-Zulu War. Stroud. Sutton. ISBN 0-86985-829-7. Martineau, John. The Life and Correspondence of the Sobartle Frere. John Murray. Morris, Donald R. The Washing of the Spears. Da Capo Press. ISBN 0-306-80866-8. Knight, Ian. The Anglo-Zulu War. Osprey. ISBN 1-84176-612-7. Raw, Harold E. Jr. Anglo-Zulu War 1879. A Selected Bibliography. Scarecrow Press. ISBN 0-8108-7227-7. Thompson, Paul Singer. Black Soldiers of the Queen. The Natal Native Contingent in the Anglo-Zulu War. University of Alabama Press. ISBN 0-8173-5368-2. Spears, Edward M. The Scottish Soldier and Empire, 1854–1902. Edinburgh University Press. ISBN 978-07486-23549.